In owl world, the American owl government announces a new import tax, and the local owls end up paying more. The foreign owls don't hand over coins at the market, the local owls do. By the end, you'll understand what a tariff is, who actually pays it, and why it changes prices even when nothing new is happening. This system is called a tariff. In the United States, imports arrive at the owl border before they arrive at a shelf. The key character is the importer, the local owl who brings the goods in. At the owl border, the tariff is collected. In the US, that's handled by customs. Think border owls with clipboards. Now the owl government adds a tariff for every import good. An extra cost appears at the gate. Important, the tariff is paid by the importer, not the foreign seller. So the importer's cost goes up before the crate even reaches the market. Then the importer has 4 options. Option 1, raise the price at the market. Option 2, absorb the cost, which is a polite way of saying make less profit. Option 3, switch suppliers, different foreign owls and different goods. Option 4, stop importing that good, which is when owl shelves start looking empty. Now the types. First, an ad valorem tariff, a percentage of the goods value. If owl grain costs 5 coins, border owl collects 40% ad valorem tariff to 5 coins. New cost for owl grain is 7 coins. Remember, the tariff is paid by the owl importer, not by the seller. Second, a specific tariff. A fixed coin amount per good, no matter the price. At owl border, 2 barrels arrive. Barrel 1 costs 200 coins. Barrel 2 costs 300 coins. Border owl collects 100 coins per barrel. New cost for barrel 1 is 300 coins. New cost for barrel 2 is 400 coins. Tariff amount does not change based on value. Third, a tariff rate quota. Low tariff for the first crates, high tariff after the limit. American owl importer imports 120 barrels. Border owl shows owl importer the rule. Cost of 1 barrel is 10 coins. First 100 barrels are charged at 5% tariff each barrel. 10 coins multiplied by 5% equals 0.5 coins. 0.5 coins multiplied by 100 equals 50 coins. Owl importer pays 50 coins. For first 100 barrels. Remember, owl importer has total of 120 barrels. Remaining 20 barrels are charged at 40% tariff each barrel. 10 coins multiplied by 40% equals 4 coins. 4 coins multiplied by 20 barrels equals 80 coins. Total cost for owl importer, 130 coins. In the US, some tariffs come from specific legal powers. Section 232 allows the owl president to restrict imports if they're judged to threaten national security. Imagine this. One day, owl president thinks 90% of our metal components for electricity is made in neighbor country. Owl president knows their country doesn't make steel. He thinks, what if neighbor country gets mad at America? They no longer give us any steel. Electricity grid fails because no steel. Owl president uses Section 232 and Section 301 tariffs are used when the US claims unfair trade practices. Let's imagine in owl world. American tech owl wants to sell software in China owl land. China owl government says you can only sell here if you give us your source code. American tech owl says that's my intellectual property. The US owl government under Section 301 says this is unfair trade practice. So what happens? The US imposes tariffs on certain Chinese goods. There are also anti-dumping duties when imports are judged too cheap, and countervailing duties when imports are judged helped by subsidies. Then comes the time behavior. other owl nations can retaliate with tariffs of their own. That hits exporters, different owls, different market, which is how a border tax turns into a wider price shock. And because modern goods use imported parts, tariffs can raise costs even for domestic products. So when American owls see prices rise after tariffs, it's not because the foreign seller mailed a check, it's because the importer's cost changed first, and the market translated that cost into prices, or shortages. And that's why tariffs feel like policy far away, but show up like money missing. So the real question isn't, are tariffs good or bad? The real question is, where does the cost land, and how does it move through the system? Because in our world, the tariff is a border rule.